welcome to another edition of, well, I was going to say my father's firearms. It's not, it's my firearm that I just purchased yesterday, and I'm excited for it. It's been a long journey. Rifle in question is a Marlin 1894 chambered in .357 Magnum. And this is produced by Ruger. They just came out a little bit ago. Ruger has been making Marlin firearms since October of 2021, just over 2 years ago. The 1894s in .357 are the most anticipated model, I believe. I know some of the traditionalists there are looking for the cowboy model version of this, which doesn't have the barrel band. But this will have to suffice. There's been a lot of controversy regarding these rifles. This is my second Marlin 1894 chambered in .357 Magnum. The first one I purchased used in a gun shop in Prescott Valley, Arizona for $425, $400. It was a JM, and I believe it was produced, oh gosh, I bought it in 2007, and it was a 90s, early to mid 90s model. And it was just gorgeous. Wood was perfect. Checkering was beautiful. Polished receiver, barrel polished. Beautiful gun. I originally bought it as a ranch gun. I lived out in the country. Use on cougars and javelinas and whatnot hanging around the house out in the middle of nowhere. And it was supposed to go on my ATV and get thrown in the Jeep. And it was just so beautiful I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. So I quickly put it in someplace safe. I let my kids shoot it. They loved it. We put 38 specials in it, and it shot like a 22. It was accurate, light, no kick. Kids loved it. I loved it. And so I hung on to it for about 5 years, and then I got divorced and had to sell a lot of stuff, and the value on those had increased so much because during that time frame, Remington had purchased Marlin and produced what we call Remlin firearms, and those were very sketchy quality. So the value of the old JMs like mine went from $400 to, I sold it on Gunbroker to a lawyer in San Francisco for, I believe it was $1,100, $1,200, and that paid for my move back up to Idaho after the divorce. So yeah, it was worth it. So fast forward to a few years later, 2017, I believe it was, I got a hankering for another 1894 Marlin. And I figured, well, by now, surely, Remington had their act together and the 1894s were decent quality. Of course, I wanted 145 Colt for woods defense and packing and camping. And they didn't have any locally, so I had to go online and order one. I think I got it from Bud's Gun Shop. Ordered it in 45 Colt, just like this. As far as configuration, this is .357. So anyway, it arrived, and oh my gosh, I was like, what the heck is this thing? The checkering was just awful and crude, looked like it had been stamped. The machining marks were just all over. The wood to metal fit was awful. The action was just really rough and sharp, and it wouldn't hardly cycle. I joined a Marlin forum and did all the tricks to try and smooth up the action. It helped a little bit, but it was never 100% reliable. It just would not feed reliably, no matter the bullet or the overall length. It was just not bueno. So I sold it for about what I paid for it, because people were still clamoring for 1894s, and I replaced it with a Henry Black rifle in 45 Colt, which is awesome. I love that rifle. It's smooth. It's the perfect hunting, camping, knock around the Jeep rifle. So fast forward another couple of years to yesterday, my birthday. I was in the local gun shop redeeming my gift card for my birthday. And I was planning on buying some powder, and I saw this on the rack, and I thought, I'd better take a closer look at that, just see how good a job Ruger's doing. I looked at one of their first 1895s, that Ruger had released. I think it was a year and a half ago, and I did not like it. It was not bueno. Wood to metal fit was awful. The machining, there's machining marks. The screw holes were not round. It was a mess. So, but this one, I picked it up and I looked at it and I said, okay, much nicer finish. The checkering is it's just as good as the JM's. Sharp and nice and free of defects. Wood to metal fit is much improved. There's a little, it's not perfect. I don't know if you can see that. It's not quite perfect. But the fit and finish is just way better. Action, it's still a little rough, a little sticky, but it has potential. Trigger, let's see, it's clear. I'm gonna pull the trigger. It's heavy. It's heavy. It's probably a 5 to 6 pound trigger, which is a little heavy for a rifle, especially a lever action with the safety. But so today we're going to shoot this thing, and I've heard some rumors that the early 1894 357s, they're having some issues. So we're going to find out. We're going to shoot 2 types of ammo. Now, it's been forever since I owned my 1894 and 357, so I had to buy some Sig Sauer full metal jacket. We got here. These are 38 special, 125 grain. So they go 900 feet per second, 225 foot-pounds of. That's really weak sauce. This is a box of 357 Magnum, 145 grain silver tips, and these are old as dirt. These are from way back in 2007 that I bought, and I don't even know if you can get these things anymore. I haven't been buying 357 mag ammo, so I don't know if these things even exist. But we're going to shoot them and see how they feed. And of course, now I'm going to start reloading, because I am good to go for that. So, alrighty, let's shoot this thing, and hopefully we'll pray, cross our fingers, and hope that it functions reliably and that it's accurate out to 55 yards. Uses for this is just a plinker, range toy, something to introduce the grandkids to shooting a little bigger rifle. So it doesn't need to be incredibly accurate. It just needs to function well and be reliable. So, alrighty, let's find out if it is. Okay, first time loading anything in the Marlin, the Ruglin, as I like to call it. 38 specials. This profile, this should eat these like freaking M&Ms, because this is about as good as it gets for loading. Okay, that's stiff. Now, when I bought this, I did see that there is some brass on the loading gate, so it looked like it's been factory tested, but this is not loading well. There we go. Okay, there we go. That was better. Oh man, it is. Temperatures dropping rapidly into the 30s, and this thing is stiff. Okay. Come on. I'm just going to do 5, but you need to use, it won't go in all the way. There we go. Okay. I hope that gets better. Okay. Get our ears on. 55 yards. Okay. Safety is on. Seem to load fine. Safety functions. Okay, 55 yards. we'll aim correctly just below the bullseye. There's like no kick. Okay. Seems to be functioning. The trigger it's heavy, but it's crisp. It's not bad. It's just heavy, but it's no creep, no mushiness. Okay. Yeah. 38 specials, we're clear. Okay, let's go see if we hit anything. Okay, there you go. All 5 shots on paper at 55 yards. Not a great group, and it looks like it's shooting low and left. So, oh yeah, that's okay. That's certainly, yeah, I don't know. It's like, oh, can you hit a can at 55 yards with that? I don't know. All right, next we'll shoot some 357 Magnums. See how those feed and function and if they're going to be any more accurate. Okay, open up this box of 357 Magnum Winchester 145 grain silver tips. They had a price on them, $40.95. So ammo for 357 has never been cheap. I'm sure, I can't even imagine what it is now. It's probably 60 bucks or so. I haven't even looked at it. But I noticed we've got 1 round missing, and then 8 rounds of, these are obviously 158 grain hollow points, and that is RP. So probably Remington. So yeah, let's shoot those. Well, actually, I don't know. Let's shoot these, the silver tips, because we've got the loading issue is, and it just doesn't want to. There you go. There you go. It's getting better. I think my theory is that this thing just needs to be used, and it'll loosen right up. These are loading way better, way better. Okay. I think that's 5. Last track. Oh yeah, those loaded way better. It's already getting better. Okay, let's get our ears on. Shoot the 357 Magnums. And we'll shoot at the right target. We've got about 20 minutes of daylight left. So, okay. Loads fine. Okay. And we're shooting low and to the left. I don't know if we want to try adjust that. We'll just compensate by going, well, no, let's see where these rounds are hitting. We'll do the exact same sight picture just to see if it was the rounds that was causing the low left. And it's a little bit more kick, but they're feeding fine. It's still, I would not hesitate to let a 10-year-old, 11-year-old shoot 357 Magnums through this. It's not going to scare them. Okay, so far 100% functioning. There we go. And the action is rough, but I'm hoping everything smooths out with use. I believe we accidentally put 6 rounds in, but I'll shoot them. Last round. The load's just great, but you know, these, we'll see how it does with something a little bigger bullet, cast loads. Yeah, looks good. Okay, let's see where these were hitting. So far, so good. Okay, much better results. There's the 38 specials. 357 magnums are hitting exact same spots, so it's the sights. We can adjust those. And a little tighter group, maybe 3.5 inches, 6 rounds. So I'm happy with that. Now we'll try some reloads, see how that does. So yeah, I'm going to conclude that range session. Happy with the Marlin. It feeds and functions fine. It seems to be loosening up. Sights are close. We'll get those regulated. And yeah, I can't wait to shoot it some more and let some of my friends and family shoot it and just get it broke in. I'd say the Ruger enterprise with Marlin is going well, and I can't wait to see what else they come out with and see if they keep getting better and better. Alrighty, Trey Veston out.